Hello,
I'm Miss Brennan.
and I'm Mr. Waugh, and we're going to talk to you today about the major scale.
I'm going to draw the C major scale, and we're going to explain why it is the C major scale. Now I just do one note for every letter from C, an octave up to the higher C. Some people know this as the solfege syllables, which are do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, and again do. Do obviously repeats because these are both C's.
And so these syllables always have the same relationship, meaning they're always the same distance from each other. And so that's why we call this the major scale, because it's a predictable pattern that happens in a lot of music. And so starting on the C here, so we have a C note, and this pattern that is the major scale starts on one note, doesn't have to be C, but we're starting there, and then it goes up two notes, which can also be called a whole step, and that brings us to D. From the D, which in this case is re, to get to mi, it goes up two again. Brings us to E. To get to fa, we go up one note. E to F is one. F to G is two. G to A is two. A to B is two. And B to C is one. Notice how we start on C and we end on C. We go up what we call an octave. An octave is when you go from one letter to the next instance of that letter. And we stop there because the pattern would just repeat. The major scale is infinite, meaning it can go lower than this or it can go higher than this, but since it's the same pattern over and over again, you're going to end up with the same 7 different letters over and over again.
And what I'm doing here is I've been writing the numbers that Mr. Waugh mentioned. I'm also writing W's and H's. These represent whole steps and half steps. So this way, if you're unfamiliar with what the numbers mean, but you understand steps, you understand the pattern here. And this is the same formula for every major scale, whether it starts on C or whether it starts on another note.
Hey, we're back. Another major scale. This one, same formula of 2s and 1s, or if you want to think of it in whole steps and half steps, either way, it's just all about the distance between the notes. And since we're going to have the same distance between the notes, it's still going to be called the major scale, and it's still going to end up having these syllables. And eventually, your ear is going to learn to hear these syllables when you hear a song that's in the major scale, and you'll be able to start to predict how to play that song, or sing that song. Alright, so let's build the A major.
A major. With C, you don't have to worry about sharps and flats, but with pretty much any other major key signature, you have to worry, sorry. So we're going to start with A. We're going to go up a whole step, or we're going to go up 2 to B. We're going to go up another 2, or another whole step to C sharp. From there, we're going to go up 1 to D. Go up 2 to E. We'll go up 2 to F sharp. We're going to go 2 to G sharp, and then up 1 to A. And we'll just extend this out a little bit. A major scale.
One more major scale for you. This one is going to be F major.
So we start with F, go up a whole step to G, up another whole step to A. We're going to go up a half step to B flat, go up a whole step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E, and a half step to F. Remember, between E and F is a natural half step, so you don't have to worry about any sharps and flats.
Notice how we still end up with one of each letter. You'll notice that in every major scale there's one of each letter, and that'll help you decide when you get to a black key. You'll have to decide, well, is it a sharp or is it a flat? And you can decide that based upon what letter you already have. Here we went F, G, A, and then up one, and we knew it wasn't going to be A sharp, that it was appropriate to choose B flat because we already had an A. And so this keeps it with the rule of one letter each.